So here's what I did about this rear cross member breaking loose. Over the years had several problems with it. Sorry it's so dirty, but you see here's the factory welds for the most part. We did a little additional welding here. I have a plate welded across underneath, right up under here. I have a plate that goes out to the frame there. And I put a piece of angle iron right here. That runs from this cross member here up to this upper control arm mount. Got it welded in here. That helps give this some support this way. I also did go back and re-weld some of the factory welds. Any place they broke, you can see I got some slag over in that corner. Same thing though. Other side, I welded a piece of angle iron up to upper control arm mount. And then I was ripping out the rear shocks, and this little piece here kept tearing out. That's where the shocks are mounted, typically. So what I did was put in a 2x3 piece of steel here. Alright, you can see that's welded all the way to the back there. Welded to the frame on the inside there. Gusseted it a little bit under there. Basically just parallel with this upper cross piece there. These things here are shock mounts. I actually have 4 shocks in the back. I got a shock mount that comes from here, goes down to another bracket I welded down here on the axle. You can see. There's the axle. Piece of angle iron down there with a shock stud that I don't happen to have in there at the moment. And that comes up to here. So there's one set of shocks, and the other set of shocks I mounted down here. Got a set of coilovers that go down to the original shock mounts. The inboard shocks are aftermarket shocks. I believe those are Buick shocks I had to use. Those go to here. The stock shocks are now located on this cross member piece. I did lift the back a few inches, but that's what I was looking for. Alright, there's the back of the shock mount. And we even did a notch for the differential, although it doesn't even come close. We did all this welding while it was while the body was on the car. So it can be done. Here's the lower mount. That's the stock mount down there. Stock shock mount. And now you can see what I was talking about. One shock here, another shock right here, 2 more on the other side. And that's what it's looking like. Oh, and this big angle iron frame back here, big box thing here, that was for a fuel cell I used to have. I think I'm going back to the original tank though. That's what I got.